Hello and welcome to another edition of the Red Phoenix Gaming Podcast.
What does that remind me of? There's like a cartoon show that does that.
Absolutely.
Perry the Platypus. Am I in the right direction?
That
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
sound
so.
familiar.
So what is it for you?
I don't know what it is. I'm just...
It is. I'm completely right, I think. Phineas and Ferb.
No, I think it's a show on Disney.
Yeah, that is on Disney.
Like actual Disney. Disney Junior, maybe.
That is Disney. No, you're wrong. I'm gonna have to look into that because I know what I'm talking about.
Either way,
Like the
my
bad
name
guy.
is Derek, and with me as always is Yeezus,
Jesus.
a.k.a. Michelle.
Michelle.
And we're going to talk about some gaming stuff and things that happened over the past week. It was a slow week, so we'll make it snappy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry Kwanzaa if we didn't catch you last week. If we did catch you last week and you watched the last podcast, we appreciate it, both of you. Someday there will be more of you. But until then,
It's just
we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's get it going.
What do you want to talk about?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When you accessorize in a video game,
Pink. I wear pink.
Everything's pink. Everything's
all
always
day.
pink.
I've converted you to Team Pink.
I'm on
we have
Team
to match.
Pink.
Yeah.
It's weird because I have DD in my name, so a lot of times it's very like unisex name that people a lot of times when I'm wearing pink are like, hey, what's up? And they poke me, and then I'm like,
hey girl,
what's up? I'm a dude, and they're like, hashtag bye. So my question for you is, have you ever actually put something on in the game that made the game easier?
Not easier. It just helped me a little, like armor. You know, you can upgrade armor. You can get a better gun.
Yep. But nothing that actually made the game so it was easier for you.
Not that I can think of. No.
Like lowered the difficulty.
No, nothing you can wear.
Well, this year, I guess last year now, in Metal Gear Solid, there was a special chicken hat for Metal Gear Solid 5, where if you wore it, basically the enemies would spot you at a slower rate. So it would just take them longer to realize who you are, and it made the game easier.
You're kidding.
No, it was like a chicken head, and the only downside, the only part was the humiliation of having to wear like a chicken
That's your
hood.
downside? You have to be that guy so everybody knows that.
So when you're doing your podcasts or your like live streams, then boom, you have a chicken head on.
Don't wear a chicken hat or everybody's going to know you got it easier.
That's right. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know.
Like,
that's funny.
Yeah, like I think it'd be cool if they did this even in both directions. One makes it easier, and then like put something on that makes it harder.
Devil horns.
Yeah, like
pink ones.
Anything. Pink ones.
I would wear that. I would be killed all the time.
I know you would. You'd be like, oh my god, it took me 67 hours for a 5-hour game, but boy, was it worth it.
Did I look awesome doing it? I don't know. Is it like shaming almost? Like, are they doing this to shame people? Because you put a cheat code in, nobody sees it. But when you do this,
I think that's basically what it is. It's like, well, if you need the chicken head, if you need it to be easier, then you're gonna be.
Everybody's gonna know about it.
Everyone and their brother is gonna know.
That's fun, I guess.
I think it's a cool idea. I really do. I think it's a nifty idea, and Kojima always has some sort of a interesting dynamic to go along with his games. Like the box that they use has like a risque woman on it when you like stand up, so
fancy.
The guys come over and you distract them with this picture of a bikini model or something.
Is that kind of like the prostitutes in Assassin's Creed, which were not in there this time? I was really upset about that. I'd like to buy some prostitutes next time to distract guards, please.
But, I'd like to buy some prostitutes too, but not to distract guards. Just to walk around as my posse.
Yeah, that's what they did. And then you'd like hide in between them, and then you'd be like, "Hey, go hang out with those
doing
guards."
The little like dancing things,
yeah,
and then boom, invisible.
Yeah,
no, I think that they should bring that back for sure. And then
thank you. Yeah.
Just make it like more
dancing.
Yeah, more dancey. We'll call it that way. Oh goodness.
Excellent.
So when you play video games, you talk to me all the time. You really like for it to be as sickening as possible. Like you want to put on glasses and 3D and Oculus Rift, and you want to have as much motion sickness as you possibly can have, right?
Nope. Can't do it. Can't do Oculus Rift.
Well, you say it now, but John Carmack, the CTO over at Oculus, basically says it's like getting religion on contact. You just go in, you put the glasses on, you come out a believer. That's that.
I need to go somewhere and try this, but I need to be in a safe environment. So if I fall over or pass out, like maybe I could wear a harness when I try it out.
I think that they should just put everyone in like drug-induced coma and put Oculus Rift on you and make you play the game all the way through until you beat it, and then they'll pull you out of the coma.
That's like that movie with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, Vanilla Sky, where he was like dead and they like froze him in time and put him in like this dream, and he could control everything in this dream and like lived this life, and then it went horribly wrong.
Wow.
And then at the end, he got a choice where they had the technology and the science and the medicine to bring him back to life because he was frozen. And or they would just put him back in this long sleep. And the only way he could wake up is he chose his own way to wake up, and he had to jump off a very tall building, and he's afraid of heights, so...
So did he do it or not? Are you going to give us a spoiler?
He sure did. Yeah, he sure did. That's a really old movie. But it was bananas. It had Cameron Diaz, him, and... Oh, I forgot her name. She's one of the Spanish actresses. And then, like...
Penelope Cruz.
Yes, it was Penelope Cruz. Very good. Good job. And then the guy who's in all of Kevin Smith's movies was in it, too. Not Ben Affleck.
Matt Damon.
Not Matt Damon. Not Matt Damon. Goodness. Who's that other guy? He was in like Chasing Amy. I can't remember his name. My Name is Earl. He had his own TV show for a little while. Anyway, that guy. That guy was in it too.
That guy.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
Like that Alvin and the Chipmunks guy? Jason Lee?
Yeah. That Jason Lee. You are full of information today.
Boom. I'm full of Google today.
Moving on.
So,
moving on.
Xbox or PlayStation 4?
This is painful.
That's okay. Just pick one. Boom. Close your eyes. First one you think of, Xbox, PlayStation 4, ready, set, go. 4. There it is. Now, what if the Xbox hardware had caught up to the PlayStation 4?
Finally.
Well, a December update is basically making it so the ESRAM is going to be tweaked, and it's going to make it a whole lot easier for developers to use. Now, I know it's a lot of like, blah, 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 no one really cares, but basically the moral of the story is games like Dying Light, when they come out, they're going to run at 1080, 30 frames per second, which is the benchmark that we expected everything to come out with. Instead of this 920p or whatever it's going to be 1080. So, hopefully,
that'll be better.
They're all going to be next gen.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm sure their chat is still going to be broke. I'm sure I'm going to sign in, even though my Xbox is turned on all the time because I run my television through it.
Right.
But I don't game on that sucker anymore because every time I go in, oh, I'm sorry, you're not even moderate now. You're strict. Your net type is strict. Thankfully, a YouTube video showed me how to undo that. So if it ever happens again, I can fix it. But it was very frustrating.
Yeah, I rarely use it anymore. I turned it on when we played the Halo beta, which we'll end up talking about in a little bit.
Beta.
But I just that was the only reason I turned it on, and it took you and I like 10 minutes to get into a match, which it could have just been Halo, and then it got us another like 15 minutes just to get into a party because we couldn't party up.
Right.
So yeah, the hardware might catch up, but I really hope that their party catches up more than anything.
Yes,
Their
please.
social aspect.
That's what Xbox Live is all about. Xbox, like, that's their
For
whole
sure.
bread and butter is playing online with other people and me giving them $60 a year to do so.
Right.
Fix
Right.
it. Fix
That's
it.
right. No, I completely agree. Um, Speaking of Xbox,
Xbox.
I have like 3 things for Xbox here.
All right.
So Xbox and virtual reality. I know you're not a fan of VR. Do you think that they're going to come out with anything for virtual reality?
Probably.
They've been saying like Xbox One is, although it's a huge part, they're going to be coming out with different kinds of gaming or a different gaming experience.
Separate from the Xbox?
Yeah, I see this going like 2 ways. And I know you're going to hate me for both of these ways. So one way I see is virtual reality. And I think they have to do it with Morpheus and Oculus and whatever, I think Samsung's name, brand, whatever it is. They have to do something to combat that because they're getting a huge chunk of the market share just ripped out of their hands.
Yeah.
And the other way is through PCs. I know you hate it. I really see them going, and whatever their next operating system is, whatever their next gaming platform is, they have to do something with gaming.
Yeah.
They have to through the PCs because I feel like they're falling behind in that. I would really like to see them implement either Steam into their system or something like Steam into like an Xbox version of Steam, which they've tried with Microsoft games, and it didn't work. But if I could get cross-buy in between my Xbox One and my PC here, I would play only on my PC.
Yeah.
Don't tell Xbox that.
I won't. They'll be so upset.
I would buy
listening.
Xbox games, but I would just play on my PC.
Yeah.
It's that much better.
Alone? How boring for you.
Oh no, I could see them doing like an Xbox Live. Like you
Who are you gonna play with?
Windows Live.
Who are you gonna play with? Random people?
No, you'll play on your Xbox and I'll play on my PC.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay.
Yeah, because they used to do a thing called Windows Live, Windows Live games. So if you played Dawn of
the Dead,
no, Warhammer 4,000, 40,000, Dawn of the something or other, whatever. It was a Warhammer game. If you played it, it actually showed up as achievements. If you go back on my Xbox 360
you
achievements,
find it.
You'll see my Windows Live achievements for
How
that
funny.
game. So they used to do it, and it's really an interesting idea. I'd really like to see them kind of migrate it to the future age here.
Yeah.
And do something along those lines, but I think that Xbox Live being on a PC would be phenomenal. Like, just amazing. And if they did it, they would, first off, your Microsoft product, you have Windows 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever you're going to put out. So
They're not
everybody
going to name it names
that.
anymore, too.
Well, right. And if you already have that corner of the market, you can just implement it through an update, and then boom, now everyone already has it. They can use their existing PC. Bingo, bango, bongo, you're done.
And then they can pull in all those like PC gamers who are anti-console, and then
exactly. PC Master Race. You can buy your Xbox game and you can install it in your PC. Oh my God, they would crush the market, and they kind of have to do something drastic because PlayStation is still crushing them in sales completely.
Yeah.
Where do you think it's going? Do you agree or do you disagree?
I think that would be a smart idea for them to do either. I think just to keep up with everything, like with Oculus Rift, they have to come up with something of their own. And the same with PC gaming. We've heard rumors of this in the past, so it only makes sense for them to do that. I think either which way, it's a good move unless it fails, and then it'll suck.
Well, right. I think that it has to happen. They have to do something. Okay, so I'll move on to the next story. So the SDK leaked because it kind of fits into what we're saying.
Yeah.
And the SDK is basically a development kit for everyone who doesn't know. It's a software development kit for the Xbox. It was leaked under Durango XDK, which Durango was the name of the Xbox One, the code name.
That's the
And
code name we use.
that's the code name we use.
How
Isn't
funny.
that weird?
That's what we say to our Xbox when we're talking. We call it a Durango. So
It
when
doesn't talk to us. It
yeah,
doesn't listen to us.
yeah,
But yeah, so this development kit was basically put out there, and it's setting up the Xbox for like the ability for homebrew, which is the same thing that they did with the Wii, that allowed you to play like DVDs, that allowed you to get other applications on it that you weren't supposed to have. And the only downside I see to homebrewing your Xbox is they've had something like this before, and then they sent out a scan, and everybody who had a homebrewed or had extra hard drives or whatever the case may be got kicked. They got banned, console banned. So I don't want to drop another $500 on my Xbox.
yeah.
I'm not that tech savvy to care to get into it. The whole development stuff, but I think it's an interesting idea if they were able to do some sort of like port this dev kit over to a computer and basically just run the computer as an Xbox. Step in the right direction, right?
That's right.
Bringing it all together.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What else we got?
We got some free stuff.
I like free stuff. Let's talk about it.
PlayStation, because they had that giant outage.
Yeah.
Lizard Squad.
Lizard Squad!
Took them down, and then they probably did some maintenance afterwards.
Right.
So they said that they were going to, as a thank you for the outage, they were giving PlayStation Plus memberships and even the people who got the free trials an extra 5 days.
Right.
So once your trial or your membership expires, you get 5 days on top of that, which is nice. And then they're also offering a 10% discount on all PlayStation Network users for a one-time discount.
Do you think this is enough of like a we're sorry?
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
They were out for 3 days. Granted, it was only 3 days. I pay them a service. I pay them the $50 or $60 a month or a year so that they are up 100% of the time. Now they don't guarantee 100% of the time, but they were down for 3 full days. Granted, I didn't even really get on for 2 of those 3 days.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is they're supposed to be up, and the extension that they give me for 5 days really kind of feels like I already paid for a year. 5 days doesn't do anything for me. It might do things for somebody else who, like you said, is on a 14-day trial or
Yeah.
a 30-day, month-to-month, whatever you want to say. But for me, 5 days, it doesn't do anything for me. It is what it is. The 10%. I'm okay with that. If I can add that 10% discount onto something like the flash sale that we had the other day where we bought 3 games,
yeah.
4 games, whatever, like, great. I'll do that in a heartbeat. I appreciate the 10% off, whatever, as long as I can use it with
Something.
another sale.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I'll do 10% off of like $60 game.
I think a free game would have been nice.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as it wasn't. What's that stupid game?
Limbo?
Limbo. I'm so nobody give me Limbo, please, ever again. I have so many freaking copies of Limbo. Like that was my thank you from Xbox. You know, like how they sent out I already had it. I had it for my 360 and I got it for my PlayStation 1. I don't want Limbo anymore. Don't give it to me. Ever. Stop it. And then Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, God. Yeah.
They extended their like Christmas
holiday shenanigans
thingy, for like a couple days, like New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. They did it, and they had like snowball fights and cute little outfits, and that was nice of them because they didn't have to do it because that wasn't even their fault.
Well, like they did it. They extended their thing. The Destiny group there, they extended the time that Zero would be around.
I can't even afford anything. Thanks. Well, that's what Xbox can do. Give me some money. Oh, I can't. I have PlayStation. I have that for PlayStation. Let me, PlayStation. Give me some money.
Yeah. Hook me up.
In Destiny so I can go buy that gun from Xur that I want really bad, but I can't afford it.
That's right. No, I think that it's great that all these people are coming out and just the kindness of our heart, whatever. Uh, GTA 5, they extended that GTA Online thing, and like I said, Destiny was out there, and they extended their thing too. Um, who else extended something that? Oh, PlayStation extended their flash sale. So everyone who was having issues all basically extended their stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, which good on them. You know, it's nice for them to come together and do something nice for the community after basically getting screwed over by a couple kids and sorry, a couple hacktivists.
Lizard Squad.
Lizard Squad. But yeah, I mean, it affected all of us. I mean, my internet wasn't out, but my live was, and my PSN was, and I didn't even call 911. So,
but some kid did.
Some kid did call 911.
He was really upset.
He did.
And he was like, "Hey, did you know PlayStation and Xbox is down?"
It's been down since Christmas. Yeah, he was like, they arrested 2 people so far, and then the like emergency answering person was like, last time I checked, that wasn't an emergency. Go outside and read a book. Like, seriously.
My children, my oldest knows when is and is not appropriate to call 911, and because something's broken, or if you're grounded, or if you get something taken away, do not call 911.
Right, and it's funny that you're, how old is she, 10? 11?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Perfect. So she's not even that old. Yeah. And a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, whatever teenager, however old he was, doesn't know he can't call call 911 for a PlayStation 4 or Xbox being down.
I'm 30 something years old. I've only called 911 3 times in my life. 3 times in my whole life. That's it. And
really?
Only 2 of them involved me. Like the other one, like there was a drunk driver, and I was like, "Excuse me, somebody come get this lady who just hit me almost."
I've only called them once, and it was actually this past year.
People across the street?
No, dude. There was an old man driving, and he either fell asleep at the wheel or blacked out because of meds or something. I have no idea, but basically, he ended up hitting another car. Lost control of his vehicle, ended up in the wrong side into oncoming traffic where I was actually driving.
Oh my god.
And was like stopped in the middle of the road. Again, where I was driving into. So I pull over the side of the road, and Emily, my wife, gets out of the car, runs over to him, makes sure he's okay, makes sure the other people's okay. She yells at me, call 911, and I was like, okay! I call him
it's
up,
my moment!
I'm all like nervous. I call 911. Ring. Ring, what's your emergency? I was like, there's been an accident. They're like, where? I was like, I don't know.
I don't know where I am.
They were like, well, where are you? I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Shouldn't
like,
you know where I am?
Yeah, like I didn't even think about it. I was like, I don't know, like look at my phone or something. And the worst part is I've lived at this place now for I think it was like 8 months at the time, and I didn't know what road I was on, and I was like on Main Street. So yeah, so I basically was like trying to explain to them. I was like, I'm in between here and here, and blah 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 blah. And they're like, all right, well they already have somebody dispatched. Somebody must have already called. So. They basically called me an idiot, and I was like, all right, bye. Like, whatever. I'm an idiot. Hang up the phone. I failed my moment of emergency.
Our carbon monoxide alarm went off in my house. Yeah, I called 911, and like we actually have a neighbor who is a volunteer fireman, and he was the first one at our house. He's like, "You guys okay? Is Mrs. Wood okay?" You know, and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, I'm not allowed to come in until the supervisor gets here because I'm off duty. As long as everybody's okay, I'll just wait. I was like, okay. And then as soon as the supervisor comes, I'm not kidding. Like, they had the chief of fire here. There were like, they didn't have the fire truck here, but they had so many there were so many people in my house. And it was there must have been like 8 of them. We have like such a good response time where I live. It's amazing. And they all came here, and then like they came upstairs, and he's like, your carbon monoxide meter, it's expired. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know they did that.
You're like that. That's all it was.
I was like, oh, he's like, and he showed me. He goes, the date. They write the date when you get them, and I was like, oh, he's like, just replace it. I was like, all right. And then like the other time, it was devastating. My little one was like a year and a half, and she had a really bad accident, and I had to call 911 for that, and it was horrible.
Really bad accident, like hot coffee spilling out.
Hot tea, yeah. It's horrible.
6th-degree burns.
Horrible.
Oh, I remember that. That was bad times.
That was really bad times. But she's great now, so it's fine. But
can't even tell.
Nope, can't even tell. I was so devastated.
At least that one was a legitimate emergency.
That was terrible. But with all that said, make sure it's an emergency when you call 911.
Yeah, bruh.
Your gaming station network is broke.
I think it would have been funnier if Lifter's Squad actually called the cops and said that the internet's down, and then been like, "It was us," and like hung up on them.
They arrested one of them.
Yeah, they got 2 of them, I think, but one of them wasn't really an arrest. He was just brought in for questioning.
And the other was arrested for something completely different.
Yeah,
and like money taking.
Yeah, PayPal. Yeah. It was a PayPal, like a hack, some sort of money transfer, online money transfer, PayPal, blah 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 blah. They thought it was in connection with some funds that were stolen, and he basically denied it out of his face because, of course, he would.
Yeah.
But they've gone pretty silent since. The only one that we've seen is like King Lizard, according to Twitter. He's like, the King Lizard will never be arrested. Like, okay, someday somebody's gonna get these guys, and whether it's another hacking company or group, or it's cops, or their stupidity catches up to them, or whatever, somebody's gonna get them. Somebody's gonna catch up. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. There's always a way. There's always that little trail of cookie crumbs or whatever you want to say.
That's right.
So hopefully we don't see it anyway, because King.com went and won the internet by.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, by wiping these suckers out.
Appreciate you.
So we'll see. We will see.
Well, you know what they're doing? They're like selling this stuff.
Yeah.
That will give other people the opportunity to do it if they wanted to, but they won't be doing it directly, so they're not dishonoring their agreement. And
right, exactly. So they're like, oh, we're good. We're not going to do this anymore, but we'll give it to somebody else who will do it for us, basically. So we'll
They
see
said
what
it would
happens.
be very difficult with what they're doing because you need a certain amount of people, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's as difficult as they're making it seem.
Yeah, don't break my network again.
Yeah, or else someone call 911 on you.
Tina.
All right, last thing here. Let's talk about this whole beta thing.
We played the Halo beta.
We played it for a long time, and let me tell you guys, it looks beautiful.
I agree 100%.
The mechanics I can't stand. I'm not a fan of Halo mechanics as it is. I'm not a big Halo fan or Halo player or whatever, but I don't like the fact that if I'm aiming in on somebody and they shoot me, my aim goes away. And like in Call of Duty, if I'm aiming in on somebody and I get shot, I keep aiming in on you. In this game, if I'm aiming in with my battle rifle or whatever and I get shot, all of a sudden I'm no longer aiming, I'm just spraying like a madman. Which kind of pissed me off because, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, keep like aiming in as I'm shooting?
Right.
But I got my face stomped in.
I'm the worst Halo player in all of the land.
Like you and I together, we basically lost it for our team. So we apologize in advance for all the
We
people
suck.
we played
I'm
with.
sorry. We suck at Halo. I don't like Halo.
That being said, I will never pick up another Halo game probably for the rest of it.
No. It was really bad. Like, I understand that you always get like starter weapons, but one starter weapon.
Yeah.
And it's like what was it? It was like a one-shot deal.
The triple shot battle rifle and the Magnum were the 2 guns.
Yeah, like a pistol is my friend. Never.
And like you said, you basically start out with whatever gun, but you start out with the battle rifle and you can run to the spot where like the sniper's gonna be or the sword or whatever. I ran straight to the sniper. I picked up the sniper. I'm aiming in on some guy and I pull the trigger and I miss him, and then I'm not even able to aim in on the guy anymore because he's shooting me with his battle rifle, and every time I get hit,
you cannot
pop
see
out of
anymore.
aim. Yeah, so like I'm not gonna quick scope because let's be honest, I can't quick scope in Halo. Nor can I even aim in a Halo for that matter. But I think I got like 7 kills the entire night.
I got 2 accidentally.
More than enough time.
I think one was a grenade, like a random.
I was gonna say I just started chucking grenades, like, hoping I hit somebody.
Yeah, that's what happened.
It was a bad time for me.
I don't like Halo. I've never been a Halo fan. Not saying that it's a bad game. It's just not for me.
Right. But cosmetically, it was beautiful. Graphically, it was beautiful. Matchmaking sucked, but it's a beta, so it's to be expected. Yeah.
But thanks,
Other than that, though, it was an alright. It was a cool game for everyone who likes Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what happens with it.
Right.
Like you said, thanks, but no thanks.
That's all right.
That's all I got on my plate.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Okay.
Short week. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. We'll start this up again in a week and hopefully have a bunch of news and things and whatnot. And yeah, that's about it. So
yeah.
All right. Hashtag bye.
Hashtag bye.